This is sans souci. It means without care. And this is Angel. Angel and I got along together. Maybe because I knew where he stood, ready to tear out my throat. Sans souci. Without care. Whoever named this place dealt a joker from the bottom of the deck. Or maybe from the bottom of this old, abandoned system. And me? David Cummins. I've got other names, too. Sucker is one. Yes, that's good enough. I'm going to die. I'm going to die in this filthy hole because I was measured for a patsy. And it fit. But good. There's no way out, is there, bright boy? Go ahead. Try it again. Give up, sucker. Give up. You might as well face it. You're done for. Finished. That's what you are. So just use what time you've got left to go back over everything that happened. Things you know now. Things you figured out. A lot can happen in a week. A week ago, you hadn't even seen sans souci. You didn't know it existed.
See something you like?
I like it all.
All right, lad. Move on.
There's a law against looking.
There's a law against vagrancy. Got a job?
I'm working at it now.
All right, smart guy. Come on, let's go.
$50 or 30 days. David Cummins. David Cummins. You're charged with vagrancy. No visible means of support. How do you plead?
Guilty.
$50 or 30 days.
What was that man's name?
David Cummins.
Mr. Cummins. Mr. Cummins. Better out here, isn't it?
You paid my fine.
You're abrupt, Mr. Cummins, but true.
Is there any reason I should thank you?
I talk better over a cup of coffee. How about you?
Well, that depends on what I have to talk about.
I paid $50 to get you out here. The least you can do is let me tell you why I did it.
$50 for me? Inflation's here to stay. PC?
Philip Cagle, attorney at law.
One of those.
Not the kind you think I am. How does it happen that a man like you is picked up on a vagrancy charge?
Very simple. I'm a vagrant. No visible means of support.
You're not the usual type.
Is there a usual type of vagrant?
Yes.
Look, Mr. Cagle, I'm a stranger to you. You've never seen me before. Why did you pay my fine?
I want you to do me a favor.
$50 favor?
No, one for $500.
Did you say favor or career?
I think we better go to my office.
Then what?
This may sound mysterious to you, but I want my judgment backed up by someone else.
Judgment?
Let's leave it at that, shall we?
Well, like you said, you paid $50 for me. Let's go.
Wait a minute. I think we should use the door to my private office. I want you to go in ahead of me without saying a word. Understand?
That's clear enough, but I don't understand.
You will when you get inside. I'll do all the talking. Don't you say anything.
I have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Mr. Taylor,
Surprise, Miss Roberts?
I...
Well, Miss Roberts, I won't be needing you for a while.
Oh, certainly, Mr. Cagle. Oh. I'm very sorry to have acted like such an idiot, Mr. Taylor, but it was such a shock. I mean, a surprise.
Miss Roberts is efficient, intelligent, and very sharp. You had to be good to fool her. You did.
Without half trying. Okay, I'm a great success, but at what?
At being a man I want you to be for 2 weeks.
A man named Taylor. I believe that was the name.
Yes. A man named Malcolm Taylor. Did you ever hear of him?
I'm afraid not.
Take a look at this. You see what I mean?
Yes, I think I do.
Good. For 2 weeks, you're going to be Malcolm Taylor.
Just like that, huh?
Just like $500.
You're asking me to impersonate a man I know nothing about. I look like him, sure, but that's only skin deep.
Miss Roberts believed you were Taylor. For one moment in court this morning, so did I.
Where is this Taylor?
I wish I knew.
I think you do know, Mr. Cagle.
I do? I'd be interested in learning why you think that.
Your Miss Roberts believed I was Malcolm Taylor. She still does. You believed it only for a moment, which means you knew I couldn't possibly be him. I must be bringing back vaudeville. I'm killing you.
You're smart, Cummins. But there's just one thing wrong with your reasoning.
That could be. I've made mistakes. What's this one?
Malcolm Taylor could never be picked up and jailed on a vagrancy charge.
Well, what makes him such a good boy?
$3 million.
He's no vagrant.
Now, will you listen to a proposition?
Any proposition that starts with $3 million is worth listening to.
Malcolm Taylor has been missing for almost 7 years. In 2 weeks, it'll be 7 years, and the Enoch Arden law can be invoked.
And Taylor can be declared dead. Legally.
Exactly. I don't want that to happen.
Why not?
You ask a great many questions.
Wouldn't you if you were in my place, Mr. Cagle?
If I were in your place, I'd think of the $500.
No sale.
You need the money, don't you?
Yes, I need the money, Mr. Cagle, badly.
So?
So you need a man who looks like Malcolm Taylor. I'm that man, maybe 1 in a million, right?
Go on.
You also want a man who won't ask too many questions, who won't ask what your angle is. You want him to walk into something with his eyes on $500 and not what he's stepping into.
You won't get into any trouble. I'll see to that.
That could be. But it could also be that my curiosity is worth more than $500.
Meaning it could be bought?
Make me an offer.
1,000.
I've got a lot of curiosity.
You know what they did to the cat, don't you?
Meow.
2,000.
With a little more curiosity, I could get to be a rich man.
Then you'll do it?
Yes.
Good.
For 5,000.
You just sold your curiosity.
For cash. No charge accounts.
When you get to Sans Souci, I'll have it ready for you.
Sans Souci?
The Taylor estate. Now, in this folder, there's everything you need to know about Malcolm Taylor. Once we've gone through it, you'll be him. And I only hope you can act as well as you bargain.
Act?
Yes. You've got to fool 3 people. Coley, your brother. Nadine, your sister-in-law.
I thought you said 3 people.
And Evelyn.
Who's Evelyn?
Your wife, Mr. Taylor. Sans Souci is about a half a mile up this road. I'll let you out at the gate. Nervous?
Maybe.
In 2 days, you've learned more about Malcolm Taylor than he knows about himself.
You think I'll get away with it?
You've got to.
What's your stake in this?
I own your curiosity, remember?
Yeah. What if I backed out?
I don't think you'll want to. Once you get to Sans Souci.
Why not?
Why not wait and find out?
I'll say this for you. You make it sound interesting.
It will be. This is it, Mr. Taylor. I hope you don't have any trouble with the dog.
I won't if he still remembers Malcolm's clothes.
Oh, there's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Like what?
Your brother hates you.
How nice.
Well, just be careful, that's all. Goodbye.
Angel. Easy, boy. Angel. Angel. Easy. Here, smell. Smell. Angel. Angel. Here, boy. Here, boy. Here. Smell. Easy, Angel. Easy. Down, boy. Down. Easy, boy. Down. Down. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. That's it.
Malcolm. Malcolm!
Hello, Calder. Hello, Nadine. Sorry I broke up your game.
Where did you come from?
What's the matter? No welcome for the long-lost boy?
Why, of course, Malcolm. It's just that we don't know what to say.
I guess not.
I might have known. I might have known you'd come back. You couldn't have been dead, could you? No, not you.
Same old Calder. Hasn't changed a bit. How have you been, Nadine?
Do you care?
I asked.
Yes, you asked. After 7 years. You know, it's a very funny thing. I wondered 1,000,000 times what I'd do or say if... when you came back. I had 1,000 things to say. I've forgotten them all. Oh, Malcolm, why didn't you write?
I didn't have time.
You didn't have time. Evelyn, your long-lost husband has come back to us.
Hello, Evelyn.
Hello, Evelyn. As if you've been just around the corner all the while.
You're not glad to see me?
Welcome home, Malcolm.
Malcolm. When you called me, I could hardly believe it.
I called you?
Now, play it this way, will you?
Oh, okay.
Everything going all right?
So far, yes.
Let's go up to the summer house. We can talk there.
It's a good idea. I think we've got something to talk about.
The others at the house?
They were there when I left.
Good. Well, was it interesting?
Very. I'm not well liked up there, am I?
There's no love wasted. But they didn't question you or doubt who you were.
No.
And Evelyn?
I didn't see much of her.
No, I didn't think you would.
Why do they hate Malcolm? Why did he go away?
I thought we weren't going to have so many questions.
Well, I've got to ask them now.
Well, I can answer some of them now. Malcolm went away because he wanted to. He was his father's favorite. He always did as he pleased, and no one went against him.
Well, what about Evelyn? Why does she hate her own husband?
Evelyn was romantic. Malcolm Taylor was a hero. She found out too late that his shining armor got rusty very easily.
Why didn't you divorce him?
I told her not to.
You did. Why?
Why should she? Any settlement she got would have been peanuts compared with the Taylor fortune she stands to inherit if the real Malcolm doesn't come back. Oh, sure, she had grounds for divorce, desertion. But I advised against it.
I see. Where is Malcolm Taylor?
That's what I want you to find out. I'd like to know if he came back. And if he did, where he is. Oh, I'm sure Malcolm wouldn't have stayed away if he'd learned of his father's death.
Or maybe he didn't know about it.
It was written up in every paper in the world. He was famous, wealthy. Now, I'm afraid Malcolm would never have stayed away.
Is that all you're going to tell me?
That's all I know. If there's anything else you can find out, and I think you will, because Evelyn is very lovely, and Nadine is very nasty.
You like to sit here? Don't go. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you. I mean that, Evelyn.
I suppose you do, Malcolm. You always meant it. For a little while.
I wonder if anyone's glad I'm back.
You should know better than to ask that of me.
Should I? Why?
Because I might tell you the truth.
I'd like to hear it from you.
Why did you come back?
$3 million is hard to stay away from.
Of course.
That's what I was expected to say, wasn't it?
You never fail, do you?
Please. Wait a minute.
What is it?
Do you really hate me that much?
No. I don't hate you at all, Malcolm. Maybe if I did, it would be better. I would have some emotion about you. Now there's nothing at all. And it's like being empty inside. I think I hold that against you more than anything else.
Why?
Because hating you would have made it so much easier to stay here. Thinking you would never come back to Sanssouci. Thinking it would be mine. 1,000 times I wished you were dead. But I knew I didn't mean it. Because I didn't care that much. No. I don't hate you.
Oh, it's you.
It wasn't a very charming reunion, was it? Did you expect it to be?
I don't expect much these days.
I guess that's just as well. I'd like to talk with you.
Well, what about?
Should we go back to the garden?
All right.
You remember this place?
Of course. Why? What do you want to talk about?
Maybe you are changed.
Well, lots of people change. Why should I be different?
No, you're not changed. You're the same Malcolm. Careless about other people's feelings, hurting them deliberately and viciously.
This seems to be my night for finding out all about myself.
Well, it shouldn't be news to you.
Somehow it is.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing at all. It's a beautiful night. Kind of romantic.
Stop it.
Don't you feel it?
I'm sorry, darling. I told myself that when you came back, I'd despise you. I don't.
It might be better if you did.
No. Oh, Malcolm, you don't love her. You told me you didn't in here that night before you went away.
Forget it.
Forget it. Forget it.
That's what I said.
What's happened to you? Have you suddenly become honorable? Have you suddenly remembered that I'm your brother's wife?
Or maybe I have.
Well, it didn't matter before.
But it does now.
Why?
Let's leave it at that.
It takes just a few words to wipe the whole thing out, doesn't it?
We'd better go back.
To what? You'll go back to where you left off, and I'll go back to Calder. That fool, that idiot. Why do you think I stayed with him? Because I thought you weren't coming back and there'd be the money.
Which Evelyn would have got if I hadn't come back.
Oh, would she? Would she?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Let me go.
Why did you say that?
I didn't say anything.
Answer me.
Let me go.
Answer me.
Let me go.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Calder, stop.
You're
Stop
done.
it. Stop
You're
it.
done. You gotta be done. You
Stop it,
can't
Calder.
do this. After 7 years, you can't come back.
Calder. What's the matter?
Why did he come back? Why did he have to come back? Now he'll take her away from me again.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know, did you, about him and Nadine? You knew about the others, but not about Nadine.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought if you knew, you wouldn't let her stay here.
It's all right, Calder. It doesn't make any difference to me. No. None at all. And...
Well, looks like the cat's out of the bag, doesn't it?
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Who is it?
It's Malcolm. I have to see you for a minute. Evelyn,
What do you want?
may I come in?
Well?
I guess this hasn't been very nice for you, has it? I'm trying to tell you I'm sorry.
You're saying you're sorry?
Well, that was the idea.
What are you leading up to?
Nadine.
Oh.
I don't think you understand.
But I do. I'm not a child anymore. It wasn't much of a shock. You just ran true to form, that's all.
Suppose I should tell you that Nadine means nothing to me. If you wanted to go, say so. This house is yours.
Yours.
And yours.
I suppose in your own peculiar way you are trying to tell me you're sorry.
Do you believe me?
It wouldn't make any difference.
Why not?
You still think that you can order the world to your convenience? If you do something to hurt me or anyone else, all it takes is a word from you to make everything all right again. It's not that easy.
All right, forget that for a moment. Let's get back to Nadine. Are you afraid of her?
Of course not.
And Calder?
You should be afraid of him, not I.
Maybe you're right. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I had the strangest feeling that I was seeing you for the first time.
Well, that's a little silly, isn't it?
Yes, I know, but I can't help it. Do I seem changed to you?
A little.
In what way?
I don't know.
That's the way you seem to me. Changed. But I don't know how.
Give me Fairfax 3408. 7 Oaks 820.
Hello?
Cagle?
Yes?
I want to see you in the morning. I'll come to your office.
Anything wrong?
No, everything's all right so far. With me. But I want to see you.
How about 10 o'clock?
All right, 10 in the morning.
Good morning, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Cagle's expecting you. Will you go right in, please?
Thank you.
Well?
As they say in Alice in Wonderland, this thing gets curiouser and curiouser.
Come on, let's get to the point.
You told me when I took this job it'd be interesting.
Disappointed?
No, I'm easy to please. Up to a point. Then I begin to open my eyes. Suppose you tell me what might have happened at Sans Souci.
Might have happened.
Yes. Do you know that Nadine thinks that Evelyn wouldn't have a chance at the money if Malcolm doesn't come back?
What are you talking about?
Nadine's no model for the girl that married dear old Dad. Last night she slipped. She made a pitch for me.
What?
I dodged. Evidently the real Malcolm didn't. Anyway, the point is, she made a crack about Evelyn having no chance for the money.
So it's that way. Do you think Nadine would do anything?
Anything. No reservations, mental or otherwise.
Uh-huh. Look, I had no idea this was going on. I wanted you at Sans Souci to protect the legal interests of my client, Malcolm Taylor. Now it's more than that. I want you to protect Evelyn.
How?
By just being there. By posing as Malcolm. As long as Nadine and Calder think the real Malcolm is back, their chances for the estate are gone. They'd have no reason to get rid of Evelyn.
Yeah. Why don't you call the police?
With what? Guesses? Suspicions? No, it's better this way.
Except for two things.
What do you mean?
Number one, Malcolm. Suppose he turns up.
I'll take full responsibility.
All right, number two. I can't pose as Malcolm forever. Sooner or later, I'm going to slip. I've got one foot in the ice already. What happens to Evelyn when I take the fall?
Yes. You better get back to Sans Souci. Keep going as long as you can. Be careful what you say or do.
Then what?
Then it becomes a legal matter. That's my business.
Seems to me it was your business to locate Malcolm Taylor as soon as his father died.
Let me show you something. Take a look at these reports from private detective agencies. Missing Persons Bureau. We searched for 7 years. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Then you better get back and keep an eye on Evelyn. That won't be hard to do, will it?
Just one more thing.
What now?
Would Calder have the nerve to kill anyone?
Calder would have the nerve if Nadine gave it to him.
Evelyn. You mind if I walk?
I don't think I could stop you.
Please. I want to talk with you.
There's nothing to talk about.
You said that before.
Then remember it.
I've got to speak to you.
Well,
Why don't you try not to dislike me?
we've been all over that.
Well, maybe we have.
And why bring it up again?
Let's sit down.
No, I'd rather walk.
You know, it's going to be hard to talk if you don't look at me.
Please, Malcolm.
I want you to like me.
All right, I like you. May I go now?
Look, I'm only trying to help.
It's a little late, isn't it?
Sometimes a man makes a mistake. So he wants to do better the next time. There are a lot of men like that. I know one. He made a mistake once. He took it pretty seriously. Let himself slide right down the toboggan. Hitting the bottom was the only thing that wakened him.
Is this the story you're 7 years away from us?
It might be. I could have made a mistake. It could be made right again.
That doesn't sound like you, Malcolm. Your mistakes were always somebody else's fault. You were always right.
Maybe I was always wrong.
What do you want of me?
Nothing. Just to be with you. Talk to you like this.
I'm going away, Malcolm.
I thought you'd say that, but what's the matter?
Get him away.
All right. Angel. Angel.
Since you left, you won't have anything to do with anybody.
It's all right. Angel. Back. Back. Back.
He acted as if he didn't know you. And he was always your dog. Only yours.
Maybe I'm a changed man. You're always in the right place at the right time, aren't you? That must take a lot of practice.
Not too much. If I didn't know you better, I'd think you were entering an ideal husband contest.
I wonder if I'd have a chance.
I don't think so. You lost your amateur standing a long time ago.
Let's talk about something else.
I think we'd better. We can't talk here.
You lead the way.
Do you care if she leaves you?
I can't stop her.
Will you try?
I told you. I can't stop her.
Well, I guess that should be good enough for me.
That's fine.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Malcolm, I don't like this.
Then let's stop it.
It's not that easy.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Why, you. You're not Malcolm. Malcolm and Calder had a fight when they were boys, and Calder used a knife. There was a scar. Who are you? To do what you did. To know everything about us. To fool us and Kegel. No, I'm not afraid of you. You wouldn't dare do anything to me because you know you'd be found out. You knew Malcolm, didn't you? Knew him, learned about us, and then killed him.
You don't know what you're talking about.
That's the only way you could have come here. If you knew he wouldn't be back. You had to know that.
I never knew him. I never even saw him.
Oh, this is better than I imagined. Much better.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Because Malcolm's dead. He has to be.
You don't know that.
You know, you're a very clever man. You almost got the money. You would have gotten it, except for me. Well, I can be clever, too.
What do you mean?
It's so simple. Go right on being Malcolm. Get the money. Only don't keep it all for yourself.
You don't miss a bet, do you?
You can take it or leave it.
What if I don't take it?
Then I'll go to the police.
And if I accept?
What have you got to lose?
Suppose I want time to think it over.
Think it over now.
You don't leave me much choice.
None. Except the money. Me.
Hello?
This is Cummins. I've got to see you as soon as possible.
What's the matter?
Nadine knows I'm not Malcolm.
How did that happen?
There was something about a scar. The only thing you didn't mention.
You didn't bring me into it, did you?
No, I didn't tell her anything.
Good. Keep it that way till the morning.
She's trying to make a deal with me.
What kind of a deal?
She's willing to believe I'm Malcolm, if she gets her cut.
I see. All right, I'll be out first thing in the morning.
Hello? Philip.
Can you talk?
Yes, it's all right. I'm in my room.
I've got to see you right away.
Now?
I said right away. At the same place.
All right.
Sorry I kept you waiting.
It's all right. I just got here myself.
I had to talk with you. It's very important.
What's the matter?
I don't think the real Malcolm is back.
You're crazy.
Maybe not. Do you know it's Malcolm?
Why, of course I know.
Are you sure it is?
I'm very sure. I knew him quite well, remember?
Yes, I remember.
What makes you think he isn't Malcolm?
Oh, lots of things. Little things.
You're borrowing trouble, Philip.
Am I?
Of course you are.
The whole plot was so perfect. A simple accident, Evelyn out of the way, and you and Calder would inherit all the money.
Well, it's impossible now.
Yes, impossible. But think how nice it would have been. $3 million.
Oh, what's the good of talking about it anymore? Malcolm's back, and that's that.
Are you still sure it's Malcolm?
Yes, I am. Besides, Evelyn would know.
He's been away for almost 7 years. He and Evelyn had very little to do with each other. I think a clever man could fool her. Maybe fool even you.
I don't think so.
You don't seem very disappointed.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Philip, he's back. What's the good of all this talk?
No good, I suppose. But it took a lot of careful planning. I don't like to see everything go wrong.
What are you doing?
I told you I don't like to see everything go wrong.
As far as we can see, she got a little too close to the edge. Piece of the edge broke off. There ought to be a fence up there. Anybody know what time she left the house?
I don't.
Anybody see her go out? You say that she came back to the house with you.
I told you, I went back to the house with her, and I didn't see her again till now.
He's lying. I know he's lying. She left to meet him.
Well?
I didn't leave my room.
Then you saw her go out.
She said she was going to take a walk. I wanted to go with her, but she wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me because she was going to meet him.
Yeah. Let it out. Come on. How did you go? Up. You think he went with her?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, look, Mr. Tanner, I don't like to say this, but...
Forget it. He wouldn't kill her.
No, I guess you're right. Can't make anything out of it but an accident. You better get your brother up the house.
I've just heard. Where are Evelyn and Calder?
Calder's in his room. Evelyn's with him. Cagle. It was an accident.
Of course. What else could it have been?
Calder thinks that I did it.
He's a hysterical fool.
That's just it. What happens now?
You're going to leave soon.
Leave?
You've got to.
And Evelyn?
She'll be all right now.
But if I go, how do you explain me? What happens?
I don't know exactly. But you've got to leave here as soon as possible. It's 11 o'clock now. Come to my office at 3 o'clock. You're early. been to the sheriff's office.
And?
Don't worry, the sheriff's convinced it was an accident.
Now what?
But there'll be more investigation. And when there is, there'll be more questions. Questions you may not be able to answer.
What do you mean?
Just that. You're not Malcolm Taylor. Nadine discovered that. Someone else may discover it, too. Then you'd have a lot of explaining to do.
And you could be a lot of help to me.
Of course, if it comes to that. But it's better my way.
And what's your way?
This document, when signed by you, will give Evelyn the estate.
With you as executor?
But of course. What's odd about that?
That means the estate will be in your control for another 7 years.
What do you suspect me of?
I don't know.
I do. I filch all negotiable bonds and securities from the estate and leave Evelyn holding the bag. Is that it?
That's not impossible.
No, but more than a little improbable. Then I'd have to get rid of Evelyn and Calder. Have you any suggestions how I do that?
And if Malcolm shows up meanwhile?
So much the better.
And you'd have a lot of explaining to do.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Wait a minute, I can't sign this. I can get by with my face, but not the signature.
Take a look at the last page.
Did he sign this?
No, I did. There are dozens of his signatures in the office, and it's very simple to trace one.
You never get away with it.
On the contrary, I'll have 2 of my office force witness the signature. With you in here, they'll assume you signed it. Miss Goff, Miss Roberts, would you mind coming in, please? Mr. Taylor's just put his signature to this paper. Will you witness it, please? What's the matter?
Well,
No ink in the pen?
No, it's all right.
Thank you, Miss Roberts. Miss Goff, that'll be all. Now we'll go to Sans Souci, and you'll announce your intention of leaving for good.
For good?
A caution. If you say you're going for good, Evelyn can get legal action. And then she won't have to wait another 7 years.
You've certainly been busy, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Well, I guess that's all there is to talk about.
What about Calder?
That's up to Malcolm.
But he's your own brother.
Since the estate will go to you, what you do with it will be your affair.
I don't want it.
That's between the 2 of you. Of course, if Malcolm should return, then the estate is still legally his.
Don't worry, I won't come back.
Be careful, Malcolm. You shouldn't let me hear you say that. Because in court, your statement would constitute grounds for declaring you legally dead if you don't return. In, say, even 2 years.
I know it.
I'll wait for you outside, Malcolm.
Why are you doing this?
Maybe because it's the only thing I can do.
I don't believe it.
I can't help that.
Wait. I don't want the money. Calder can have it.
Don't be a fool.
Malcolm.
Very good actor, Cummins.
Swell. Academy Award stuff.
In love with her? What's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, would you mind opening the gate, please?
It's all clear now, isn't it, smart boy? Cagle and Nadine. The two of them working together. But Nadine didn't know this. All she saw was her chance to double-cross Cagle, while he was double-crossing her. There's no way out, is there, bright boy? Go ahead. Try it again. Give up, sucker. Give up. You might as well face it. You're done for.
Thinking about Nadine? I'm sorry. I know how much you loved her.
She's gone.
Yes, it was tragic. And convenient. There were people who hated her. Evelyn.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just imagination, that's all.
You know something. Tell me.
I didn't say anything. Forget it.
You started to say something else.
There's nothing to say. Nadine's dead. No one can do anything about it.
Evelyn hated her. You said that.
You knew that as well as I did.
Why should Nadine have an accident? She'd been there 100 times before and nothing ever happened. That's right. It wasn't an accident. It couldn't have been.
Who is it?
It's me, Calder.
Come in.
You're going away?
Yes.
That'll leave me all alone here.
Don't stay here, Calder. Leave this place. It's evil. No one could ever be happy here.
When are you going?
Tonight. Will you call a cab for me?
I'll drive you. I'll take you into town.
No, that won't be necessary. I can take a cab.
I wouldn't think of it. I'll meet you downstairs.
All right.
Before we start, I want to go down to the cliff.
What for?
I want to say goodbye to Nadine.
Don't go that quarter.
I have to, just once more. Please come with me. I don't want to go alone.
Hello, Sheriff. This is Philip Cagle. I'm at Sans Souci. Look, this may not mean anything, but I'm very worried. Calder and Evelyn Taylor have disappeared. He was acting very strangely. When I last talked with him, he blamed Mrs. Taylor for his wife's death. I thought I'd calmed him down, but... What? No, I've no idea where they've gone. Yes? Good. All right, I'll wait here.
Caller, let's go back.
I wonder what she thought about when she fell. She didn't love me, but I loved her.
Yes, I know.
She shouldn't have died this way. Tell me, why did you do it? Tell me, why did you do it?
No, caller, no!
Cagle.
Anyone knew but Cagle too.
No, caller, no! No!
What was the matter with him?
Cagle told him I killed Nadine. Why did he tell him that?
Because he wanted Calder to kill you.
But why, Malcolm?
I'm not Malcolm.
What?
I said I'm not Malcolm.
Then who are you?
Well, that doesn't matter now. Come on, we've got to find Cagle.
Who's that? Who's that? I wouldn't come any closer if I were you, Cummins. I can kill you and get away with it.
Just as you killed Malcolm Taylor. As you killed Nadine. It was pretty neat, wasn't it? You and Nadine planned to do away with Evelyn. But when you saw me in court that day, you saw your chance to double-cross Nadine and get control of the estate. All very pretty and neat.
All very pretty, but very hard to prove.
Suppose I can prove it.
You won't get the chance.
You called the sheriff, didn't you? You wanted a nice, neat package. Calder kills Evelyn. And the sheriff gets Calder. And you've got two birds with one stone.
All right, Cummins, you've been very handy.
Look out, Evelyn! Now you know the whole story.
Well, it's up to you, Mrs. Taylor. If there was any attempted defraud on his part.
I don't think there was.
No complaint, then?
No. No complaint. What are you going to do now?
Oh, I don't know. Look for a job, I guess.
Once you told me about a man you knew. The man who made a mistake. How well do you know him?
Much better now.
I think I do too.
Maybe he's not a good guy to know.
Maybe you are not the best judge of that.
What's the matter? Don't be afraid of him.
Be careful. He was the only one who knew that you weren't Malcolm.
The only one I didn't fool.
And you are not fooling him now. You said you weren't a good guy to know. I don't believe that. He doesn't either. What?